Just yesterday, I had someone message me this picture right here saying, hey, I have these warnings, what do they mean, and how can I improve the performance of my Facebook ads? So right now is exactly what I'm gonna show is ruining your Facebook ads performance right now and how you can counteract that to get on the right track and where you want to be with running your ads on Facebook and Instagram. So how I've pretty much always advised people somewhat new to ads is when they're creating their first campaign, doing ad set level budgets, is to go ahead and just have one ad creative under each ad set. And the reason I always recommend that is because there's gonna be no bias in the spend. It's a fair test. If you're brand new to running ads, and let's say you have 3 different images that you wanna test, or 3 different videos, it doesn't matter, any type of content. What happens if you add multiple ad creatives under a single ad set is, if this is a budget of $20 per day, and let's say this is my ad set here, and I do 2 copies, and I'm gonna go here, so we're gonna have ad 1, ad 2, and then ad 3. What's gonna happen is this is all under a $20 a day budget ad set, but Facebook is not going to divide that $20 a day budget by 3 and spend it exactly across each ad creative. It's going to spend how they want to spend, which is exactly why I typically don't recommend people new to ads adding multiple creatives under an ad set, because the results are going to be very different and it's kind of confusing, honestly, if you're brand new to the platform. But I want to be completely transparent and honest with you right now in how I've seen the best performance in my advertising and the exact strategy I'm doing over the last month or two, and what's important for you to know so that you can start getting the results that you're looking for. What happens now in some ad accounts that just launch an ad set with one ad creative under it is this warning right here, which is exactly what this person that messaged me was experiencing. They got an error that says cost per result may rise due to few ad creatives. So essentially what this is saying is that if you have an ad set with one creative, Facebook may think that you're not going to be able to get the results that you're looking for, so they recommend you actually add multiple ad creatives under a single ad set. So when we dive into the exact source of what Meta has to say about creative fatigue is that this occurs when a target audience has seen the same creative too many times. People may be less likely to engage with your ad, which can lead to a higher cost per result, which I find this statement as interesting because I do believe that if you're targeting the same people over and over with the same exact ad, then yes, there's a chance they're going to recognize that, and if they're not interested, they're not going to become interested 9 times out of 10. But what you can do inside of your ads manager to keep an eye on how many times people are seeing your ads is by using the column called frequency. So frequency is essentially just the average number of times each person saw your ad. So with cold traffic, you want to have under typically a 1.1 frequency, so you're targeting fresh new people. But with retargeting, when you're targeting people that have already engaged or already been on your website, there's a smaller audience size. So typically you may be experiencing a frequency of 5 to even up to 15, which is pretty high because people are seeing your ad multiple times. And if you're not getting the results that you want, this video and strategy I'm about to share may be the solution to the problems you're dealing with. So this right here is just kind of a funny meme that it pops up every once in a while. I see it, and I wanted to include it in this video because it very much so applies to the strategy I'm sharing, which pretty much just separates the top person being, the way of running ads is just being very, very specific, a consistent naming scheme, very specific audiences and different types of placements and targeting, etc. Fighting for a 1.79 ROAS versus the Chad broad targeting method of just kind of, going with the flow, letting Facebook do its thing, and the jewel pods there with a 4.32 ROAS. So I find this pretty funny, but it's also applicable to what's actually working right now for me with Facebook ads. I'm not stressing over different placements. I'm not, finagling with manual bidding and struggling for a break-even ROAS. I'm seeing the most profitable and consistent results by using broad audiences, broad targeting types, and multiple creatives under ad sets. So kind of rolling off of that meme, this is the Chad strategy, and this is something I actually shared in my live coaching call we do every single month for my full Facebook ads program, where we work on the perfect circle method and scale that way. And this is one of the things that I wanted to share that's very simple, but works extremely well. And I would like to place my money where my mouth is. So I want you to use this strategy for your own e-commerce business and let me know how it works for you. If it doesn't work for you, then message me on Instagram and I'm happy to answer any questions that can better guide you to where you want to be. So what this campaign actually is a simple purchase conversion campaign, how I normally do it, but inside of the ad sets themselves, we're having multiple ad creatives under each. And I want to kind of give you the routing of this as well as what to do after you launch this. So what I recommend, it doesn't matter what niche you're in, what I want you to test is making an ad set level budget and set that budget at 1/3 of your product's profit margin. And under that ad set, I want you to add in 5 different ad creatives. Those can be images, carousels, videos, different versions of a video. Throw them all in there and launch it that way. But what I want to make sure you're doing is in the targeting of that ad set, keep it broad, no detailed targeting interests or breakdowns whatsoever. And what I want you to do is exclude the custom audiences of all website visitors, 180 days, Facebook and Instagram engagers, 365. So that way you're targeting brand new, fresh people that have never seen your ad. And what that's gonna do is keep your frequency below a 1.1. So your cold campaign, this is a cold campaign, is pretty much purely fresh eyes and is going to yield you the results without having to worry about the creative fatigue. And what's gonna happen when you launch this campaign and have all these ad creatives under each ad set, by the way, these would be the same ads under each ad set. What's gonna happen is some are gonna work and some aren't. And what I've been seeing work the best is not turning off inside of that ad set ad creatives that aren't performing with a profitable cost per purchase, but instead leaving all of the ad creatives on and letting them optimize that way. Over time, Facebook is going to find the creatives at the certain times to target the certain people in the certain locations that are going to convert the best. And we're letting Facebook make the decisions so that way, one, you're not stressing about the campaign setup on how to run your ads or any specifics. And two, it allows you to focus on the high value activity of creating content and writing ad copy for your ads themselves, because Facebook ads itself is just an accelerator to put your product and your offer in front of the right people's faces. And if you have the right content for that, Facebook is going to help you. It's going to be teamwork, and hopefully you can have a mutually beneficial relationship for a very long time like I have. And back here on the article from Facebook, this little note that I read pretty much just confirmed my suspicions, and what I've been seeing work is note, keep your original ad active instead of pausing or turning it off to maximize results if you're adding in a new ad. So let's say you do this strategy and over some time the performance is starting to just kind of slow down. What should you do in that situation? And what I recommend you do with the Chad method continuing is to add in more creatives. Now, I haven't had any ad set where I've needed to add more than 10 so far. I think that's quite a lot, but it is what has kept these ad sets for me alive the longest, because far too often I have people message me where you launch an ad and it's profitable for a couple of days and the performance just starts slowing down. What do you do in that situation? You raise the budget, lower the budget, more creatives, turn off the creatives. What do I do? And with this, I always recommend to add in a couple more fresh creatives, some even similar to ones that are already working and performing to some degree under those ad sets. So for right now in running profitable Facebook ads, the best route for you to get consistent results is going to be through avoiding creative fatigue by using multiple ad creatives. And fatigue is really a word that I don't experience too much in the Facebook ad world, because you have to really scale super high with a winning ad creative for it to not work anymore. But far often, I see many people get stuck just running a couple crappy, shitty ad creatives that don't perform and don't focus on making new ones, but instead focus on pressing different buttons in the ads manager. So once you understand how to simultaneously know how to set up the campaigns and create the right creatives, that's what's going to be what gets you the results you're looking for. And since you've made it this far, I want to give you a little boost to help you accelerate your Facebook ads journey for your own business. So in the description of this video, I've put together a 5-video free course, completely free, where you can go in there and see inside of a live ad account that I've scaled and the strategies I've been using. So go ahead, take a look at that. And if you have any specific questions or are interested in working together, you can apply to do that in the description as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, make sure to leave a big like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.